with another video. This one is going to be a kind of short video, to be honest, but I'm making a new knife. I'm playing around with an idea that I haven't really done before, and that's just using a stacked leather handle. And like I say, I've never done it a complete handle out of leather before. Although this is I'm using a piece of antler there at the front, I can see it, as a bolster. Then the stacked leather, and then I'm going to finish it off with a simple wooden cap on the end. And now I'm going to try and peen it, and what that means is once I've put all the glue on here and then compressed it, there should, in theory, be a very small end of the tang sticking out like this, and then it's called peening, in which you hammer it and gently hammering it, and it eventually mushrooms, and then it holds the knife together. It's kind of a traditional way of doing it. Normally I have a hidden tang completely, so I'd have maybe a piece like this on the end to finish it, so it's completely hidden, which would look pretty cool, to be honest. This time I've decided to try a different idea and have a wooden piece, so we'll see how it goes. So this is ready for gluing, so the next job is to take all this leather off again, and start stacking it and gluing it. So that might take a little while, so I'll get back to you in a bit. Alright guys, here we have the knife now all stacked up. You can see the glue seeping out, that's not a problem. That'll be sanded down and off as I go. But it's in the clamp vise now. All I need to do now is press down here with my clamps and let it go off. Hi guys, the knife that I'm making has gone off now. You can see it here in the clamp. Sorry about the lighting, I've got a strip light above me. So yeah, main thing obviously was to tape off this blade. I've had a bit of glue seep out, it's not a big problem. Stacked leather, you can see all the epoxy, and then the wooden cap on the end. So if we pop this out of here, you can see what we can see. Like I said, I'm going to peen this one, which means I'm going to round this one off. Well, that's the plan anyway, having never done it before. Now I normally use this sander here. It's a belt sander, hand belt sander, that I mount upside down. I really want one of these long sanders, you know, the belt sanders that are kind of, you can push into. They're free behind, there's no plate or anything. They're really good for shaping handles, because you can roll it. Although you can do a fairly good job on this one. And my small belt sander down here. Yeah, a long one would be really nice. But anyway, let me pop this out of the vise, because I don't want that right now. The beauty of having a tiny workshop, I mean, it's bigger than, you know, what I had in the UK. I didn't really have a workshop, I didn't do this kind of thing, but I had a shed. And, so this is handy. I have everything: pillar drill, bandsaw. I've recently redone my workshop, so this bandsaw actually slides out on a slider, comes out to about here, so I can put longer pieces through the door. You have to work with what you've got. The room in there, which is a complete mess, would be a really nice workshop, except it's got a wooden floor with slats, and it's me putting a new floor down, otherwise I'm going to get tons of gunk going under the floor, which obviously attracts critters and stuff. Right, so first things first, what we're doing, I need a piece of wood in the vise. Let me turn down a bit. So I'm going to place this little disc of wood in the vise like this, just to stop the blade from hitting the metal, and then we're going to wind that into the vise, nice and tight, and then start peening this over with everything research I've done on it, they use a ballpoint a pin hammer, you know, a rounded hammer, which I do have upstairs. Let me go and get that and I'll be back. Now in all the research I've been doing on this, they say actually to do it fairly gently. Now that's quite long. I'm not sure how long it should be. But basically what I'm aiming for is kind of mushroom, so we're going to go with it and we'll see how it goes. Light taps apparently. Alright guys, well the handle's almost finished. I'm not 100% sure really, it's okay. You know, it's not a terrible looking knife. Hang on, let me just turn it up again. Up you go. It's certainly not one of my best. Here it is. So you can see the kind of contoured shape. I haven't finished it completely yet. Not happy with that at all. Although it's finished quite nice, it's certainly not perfect. I might try and just fill in the holes a little bit with some plastic glue, plastic wood, just to, you know, give it a bit of a finish. But it'll do for a knockabout knife. It's kind of a handy kitchen knife really. But right, that's the last stage, or the second to last stage. It's had a good soak in boiled linseed oil, this stuff. And to finish it, if I can find it, the workshop is a mess still. There it is. It will go into this stuff. This is leather hardener, and it will basically, I'm going to dip that in there, soak it up, job done. I'm not going to overwork the handle too much. It's leather, you know, so it doesn't have the same hardiness, if you like, as wood or antler. But I'm not unhappy with it. Let's put it that way. I think it's quite rustic looking. I haven't made the sheath for it yet. I'm not sure if I will make a sheath handmade for it, because this was just a practice piece. And I do have some, clean this up a little bit, some old sheaths that I bought from the shop, like this one. So I might just wet mould it to fit, maybe. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But the sheath's not the most important thing. The sheath is a sheath. They're easy to make. It was the knife really that I wanted to just practice really and try and make a leather handle. I think it's come out. I've got a small divot there and a divot there, just so your fingers, with my hands, it's kind of this ring finger and my forefinger fit in there. You know, it's quite workable. There we go, it's finished. I'm happy with it. You know, as a first ever attempt at a leather handled knife, stack knife, I think it came out alright. Like I say, I'm not 100%, typical, the boiler's just started. Not 100% happy with it, but it's the first go. Once the hardener goes off, you know, it should feel pretty good in the hand. Can't touch it at the moment, it's a bit sticky, but yeah, I mean, shape wise, you know, you can kind of see how it's formed. It's not perfect by any means. I don't think I'd ever want to sell it, because I don't think it's worth much. But it was fun making, and there you go. Just kind of shows the process. It's not really that difficult. I think everyone should have a go. So there you go guys, have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.